Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Apologies if I look like a supervillain or someone about to tell you a terrible, horrific tale. But, no, I had a headache, and both of these semi-final games that I have to show you from the Freestyle Chess Grand Slam Tour finale in Cape Town, South Africa, went to tiebreaks. So they went a lot later. I had a headache that I had to get a very bad headache. So, two semi-final games. We've got Levon Aronian versus Vincent Keymer, who's looking to yet again come from the bottom all the way to the top. Who said that? Was it like Drake or someone? Someone said that. Drop it in the comments. He's playing Levon Aronian. They, as of course I said earlier, went to tiebreak. So this is a blitz game, 5+2. Levon Aronian has the white pieces. He plays d4. Once again, they are playing freestyle chess, so the back row of pieces makes no sense to most of us, and I don't know how they figure this out. g6, knight to b3, knight to c6, c3, and d5. So, I mean, you're still taking space in the center, we're still getting that stuff, we're developing our pieces as best we can. It's always interesting in freestyle chess, because there's no opening theory really to go off of. But what players have noticed during this tour is that there's some trends that you can follow depending on where pieces are placed. g4, knight b6, and knight to e3, and now e6, g5, and h6. And just as I said yesterday, it's not very often that you will get grandmasters making mistakes as early as move 6. I mean, some of the mistakes yesterday were even earlier than that. So this is the beauty of this competition. We get h4, h takes g5, h takes g5, and now we get a trade of the queens, which probably actually benefits Levon because he's now got the open file to kind of contest. However, Vincent can sort that out very quickly, and can also castle soon. Levon can't castle short side, so he would have to go long. e5 breaks in the center, bishop to g2, e takes d4, knight takes d4, knight takes d4, c takes d4, and now bishop to e6. And honestly, this game doesn't look that bad. Now, of course, white does not have the option to short castle, as we would expect, but it's still not clear. I mean, white has got this option to go long, bishop d2, bishop e7, and now f4 from Levon Aronian, just pushing forward. And, I mean, if you look at this position normally, the bishops aren't open just yet, both sides having two bishops. But where can the knights go is the big question. Where are the holes? There's not really much, so the knights are probably perfectly placed as they are. Levon's is probably slightly better because it's more centralized. It's putting pressure on that and keeping both of these pieces occupied. However, long castles kind of solves that a little bit. We get c6, defending it as well. Bishop to f3, knight back to c8, maybe looking to come towards the center and to maybe put yourself on e4. So we get knight out to g4, knight to d6, and now knight e5, bishop f5, not short castles, long castles, and now f6. Targeting the knight, breaking up this pawn. We get takes, and now bishop to a5. At this point, both players have under 30 seconds on the clock, so this is just a rush as much as they can. Knight to e4, rook h7, and now b6. A mistake from Vincent Keymer. Bishop b4 is a miss, a5 is a miss, bishop a3 is a miss, rook to c8 is a miss. The beauty of when you're under time pressure. Rook hd1 miss, c5 miss, d takes c5, b takes c5, rook a7, knight d6 blunder. And unfortunately, when you're playing games like this, that's often how it ends. You've got 5 seconds versus 3 seconds, bishop takes d5, rook f8, rook h7, g5, rook to h6, g takes f5. Like, the thing is, this is a blitz game. Anything could happen here. Levon Aronian's completely winning, but he plays a miss. An inaccuracy. And now Vincent Keymer is winning and plays f3. Which looks silly. You're like, doesn't that just, get rid of this? No, I mean, you've got this. You've got this. You've got this. It's not over. Knight takes f8, bishop to g5 check, picks the rook back up, and now bishop takes f3, bishop takes f8. Vincent Keymer's just completely winning. He's up 2 points of material. What we have is, we both have a rook, but I've got 2 pieces for your 3 pieces, but I'm up a pawn. That is the material imbalance at the moment. We get rook takes a5, getting another pawn for Levon to get back. Knight c4 runs into a fork, so we drop the rook back and we trade for the bishop. And now bishop to g7, b3, sorry, rook to d8 check, king slides over, check, king moves over, king e7, rook comes forward, rook d2. Surely Vincent Keymer is not going to mess this up. He was down, he was out, and yeah, rook d2, all fine. Oh no. Rook h2, and Levon Aronian is winning again because of bishop g4. The bishop is pinned. King g5, the bishop is lost, and now those two pawns are very important if I can click the right squares. Bishop f6, bishop to c4, rook h3, and the pawns begin rolling. And Levon Aronian does not mess up. He was gifted the game back, and unfortunately for Vincent Keymer, his fantastic run ends here with a7, and Levon Aronian is in back-to-back freestyle chess finals. Of course, he made the final in Las Vegas against Hans Niemann. So let us see, and I think we already know who his final opponent will be. But it is still a very interesting matchup. We have Magnus Carlsen, the GOAT, the greatest of all time, the freestyle chess world champion, of course. He can no longer be caught. He just wants to finish it off with a win. This is another blitz game tiebreak. And he's playing the World Cup winner, Javokhir Sindarov, who kind of rose to prominence earlier this year in freestyle chess. He's now a World Cup winner. He played fantastically, topped the round robin stage. He gets Magnus Carlsen. We get d4, g6, knight to b3, e5, and d5, d6, e4, f5, and again, looks silly, but you're following traditional chess principles. You're striking in the center. Control of the center is still as important as it always is. c4, bit of an inaccuracy. Knight b6, knight to c3, a6, which looks silly, but you probably don't want your knight plonking itself very comfortably on b3 because you don't have the defense here anymore. That's the unique thing about freestyle chess. Sometimes there can be pawn weaknesses, like this weakness here on a2 and a7. Doesn't normally exist. Normally, every square in all of your pawns on the front row, second rank and seventh rank rather, let me say that, are normally always defended at the start of the game. Not in freestyle chess. h4, knight f7, bishop to e2, bishop to d7, and now f3. h5, rook f1, knight a4. Looking for a trade, we do trade. Now the knight's under a bit of pressure, taking of course ruins the structure a little bit. We're happy for that. Queen g1, bishop h6, we trade off the bishops, activating Magnus's queen as well, but you didn't really have much of a choice. Knight drops back, but now g5. Magnus Carlsen is instigating, and he's more than happy to fight back. Now you might consider taking. Taking is probably not good. Knight gets in, rook's open, Magnus Carlsen hasn't castled yet, so bishop d3, but f takes. Knight takes, but now we open everything up. G takes h4. Queen flies to the opposite side of the board, putting pressure on this rook. Now Magnus Carlsen can still play short castles, which is shocking. Can play short castles to defend his rook, but he just elects to play rook to c8, giving up this pawn and actually making a mistake. But queen f2 back is the best move. Bishop d7, now queen takes h4. This was Sindarov's plan. Get the rook to move over one square, come back and win this. Queen e3 check, bishop e2, and now rook takes g2. You gotta defend mate. Rook f2, rook takes f2 blunder from Magnus Carlsen. In time pressure. Queen takes f2 is a miss. The best move in this position is knight f6 check. Just to randomly give a check, but you pick all of this up. If, for example, king e7, now you can play knight takes h5 check, discovery, and this is better, and you can maneuver the knight back to defend, or then you can take the rook. Very fascinating position. So queen f2 is a miss. Queen takes f2, king takes f2. Magnus Carlsen now slightly better. King e7, rook h1, rook h8. Magnus Carlsen in an endgame with seconds on the clock against an opponent with seconds on the clock. It's not fair. Bishop f1, bishop f5, knight g3, and Magnus Carlsen, the surgeon he ever is, extracting water from stone. Same kind of bishops. We've got minor pieces. We've got one set of heavy pieces. And he just wins. He just wins. I don't know if Sindarov flagged making this move. It's weird that he would resign after knight to d1, but the best move here is h2. And the pawn can't be stopped, because you might want to go here, which looks like it stops the pawn. It doesn't, because you have bishop f5. And you're kind of bust here. It's really bad. Because you can play like rook h1, which does stop this. But I've got, like rook h7. Oh, sorry. Not, rook h7, which is just a calm waiting move. And you have to do something. If you, for example, take, I'm just in. Knight comes in, rook comes in, knight can go this way or take this, and it's just really bad. Magnus Carlsen will win this. He will also get another pawn into the party. And so Magnus Carlsen progresses to the final. To the surprise of, I don't know how many people. I don't know how many people would be surprised by this. Just in terms of the consolation bracket, it's going to break the screen slightly, but I will give you an update on that. So, the final is Levon Aronian versus Magnus Carlsen. In terms of the other semi-finals, if I can close them properly, we had the quarterfinals where Sindarov defeated Parham. We want the... Let's go to results. I think it'll be easier. So, semi-finals, Magnus Carlsen defeats Javokhir Sindarov, and Levon Aronian beats Vincent Keymer, so Magnus Carlsen will play Levon Aronian. Now, in the places, Vincent Keymer will play Javokhir Sindarov to determine 3 and 4, respectively. For places 5 to 8, it looks like so. Fabiano Caruana defeated Maghsoodloo. Maghsoodloo finally gets a point. He got a draw when it didn't mean anything. Arjun went to tiebreaks against Hans Niemann but won. So he will play Fabiano Caruana for 5th and 6th place. And Maghsoodloo will play Hans Niemann for 7th and 8th place. And that is how everything is shaping up on the final leg of the Freestyle Chess Grand Slam Tour.